Hey, y'all see what's going on out here? Brothers are waking up. Subscribe. Hit that bell button. Stay tuned. Look for more videos to come. All right? Shalom.
Tuesday. Y'all remember that song? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You remember that song? So let's count. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's the 6th day, right? Read on.
And do all thy work.
So 6 days you do all your work, read.
Right. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So what's the 7th day? Saturday, right? Friday night to Saturday night is considered a Sabbath day, according to the Bible. Read on.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
That means if you have a job, you got to get off on that job. Read.
Thou nor thy son.
If you own a business, you can't tell your employees to work on that day either. Read.
Nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So if you own a farm, you own some land, and your cows be doing like plow work, they can't work on that day either. All right. So now we know that. Give me that Nehemiah 10:31, because our sister got to go real quick. But I got to leave her with that thought of how to keep the Sabbath day holy. Because at first your mind was thinking about the Egyptian god. You know, like when you open up the dollar bill, you see the pyramid, you see the Iramah, that's idolatry. Right. America for years is keeping our people in idolatry and devil worship. But now the Bible is going to shed light on how to live more godly. Read.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware.
That means ware, hardware, silverware, clothes, anything. The Bible said what?
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them.
So we cannot buy and sell from these nations. A lot of these people going to the like all these stores getting gas, making these other nations rich. The same nations that put this on our people's necks for breaking God's laws. The same nation that make a profit of us being ignorant. They making money on God's Sabbath day. They open up clubs, they open up movie theaters, because they know our people love to sin. Our people love it. And guess what? We making America rich. Read that again.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath day.
We got to make these nations feel and respect our holy days. I'm going to tell you something. We respect and fear their days. When Christmas time comes, we trying to rush through these stores, trying to make these nations rich, spending $500, $1,000 on some shoes so we can give somebody on Christmas. On Easter, bunnies don't lay eggs, but grown folks, like rocking their nice suits, their nice dresses, because for a bunny that laid eggs and talking about Jesus died on Easter. All this is man-made holidays. Right. God wants us to worship Passover. I'm not worship, but celebrate Passover. Right. God wants us to celebrate the Sabbath. God wants us to celebrate new moons. But America say, no, good slaves. We tell y'all when to celebrate the days that we want you to celebrate. Like show of hands, who knew that birthdays is the most highest demonic day that you can do to say, God, you hate him? Did you do that?
I was raised up to know Easter. I play Easter.
Birthday is the most satanic day that you can worship, because now you giving your own self a deity. You giving your own self a day, and that the Lord gave you. Right. Nowhere in the Bible that the Lord told us to celebrate the day of our birth. You never seen Christ. Oh, it's my birthday. Let me turn up. You don't see that. But would you see quite the opposite? Brothers will put to death on their birthdays. Right. That's what you're gonna see through the Bible. Job's kids got put to death for celebrating birthdays. Joseph, when he was enslaved under Egypt, the cake or the baker or like the dude, he was put to death on the Pharaoh's birthday. Right. Even John the Baptist, he was beheaded on Herod's birthday. Right. All these birthdays was pagan holiday because they believe if your servant died, you could take them with you in the afterworld. That's why they was killing us in slavery on birthdays. Now, by you understanding this Bible, put away this dogmatic tradition that we had in our mind since slavery. All right, read.
Verse 17. And there was delivered unto him.
And my brother. I got more questions for you. You got time to hear it?
I gotta be somewhere.
Understood. But you learn, like today is the Sabbath day, right? You can't buy or sell today.
I know that already.
All right, so what's your nationality according to the Bible?
I don't have one.
You don't have a nationality, so you just exist. That's the mind of a slave. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they gave you your last name in slavery, but they're not gonna tell you that your nationality is more valuable than theirs. They won't tell you that the whole Bible was founded by your own people that you don't care about. But what they taught us, that, you know what, cherish their religion. But I promise you, when December the 25th comes, we're gonna know that day. It's commercials. Every time you go into the store, you hear them little songs. You put a tree in your house, but yet our people don't know their nationality, nor they don't care. That's a sign that we are still a slave.
Right.
So according to the scriptures, you gotta keep the Sabbath day holy. Real quick, let's see what Christ did on the Sabbath day. Read.
Book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written.
Jump to verse 15 for our sister.
Yeah. And he taught in the synagogues, being glorified of all.
Uh-huh.
And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day.
On the what?
On the Sabbath day.
It was our custom to go to church like you mentioned on the Sabbath day. Christ went to the synagogue, and what did he do in the synagogue? Did he play tambourines? Did he say, hop, bop, look, bop, wop, bop, bop? Do he say stuff like that? Let's see what Christ did on the Sabbath day.
And stood up for to read.
To do what?
For to read.
How many people actually open up this Bible in church and actually read, thus say the Lord? I'm gonna tell you they're not gonna do that, because then they gotta tell you, why in the hell we in church on Sunday? Why? But let's say they believe that the Sunday is the new Sabbath. They buy and sell after that day. They drink, they turn up, they watch football. But they don't open up this Bible. Read on.
And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah.
Uh-huh.
And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
The gospel. We finna know what the gospel is. Give me that in Isaiah 61. Isaiah 61 real quick. Yeah, no. Drop it. We're gonna give the sister the gospel. We're gonna let you go, because we appreciate your patience too. By the way, 61 and 1. Start from the top.
Book of Isaiah.
This is what Christ was reading on the Sabbath day. Read it.
Chapter 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings.
The word good tidings means gospel, good news. Read.
Unto the meek.
The meek will be the people that's on this sign right here. Why? Because we was given God's law, statutes, and commandments, and it's our job to humble down to the commandments. That's the meek, the Israelites. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Read on.
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
We are brokenhearted. We getting shot down on the streets. Every time we scream no justice, no peace, we get shot down. Yeah. You know, we get shot down on the streets daily, all right? No justice, no peace. We the last hire, first fire. We the brokenhearted. Read on.
To proclaim liberty to the captives.
We the ones captive. We the one that getting shot down. We the one that being enslaved.
Right.
Not just that, we got other people's last names on us.
Right.
They say you're free, but do something that you won't. Try to collect rainwater without their consent. You're getting a fine. But yet they say we are free. Nuh-uh, we are prisoners here. We are not citizens, we are denizens, all right? Denizens, read.
And the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Jump to
Verse 5. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
Now we still going over the gospel. The good news that he's telling these people that's on his side, if they keep the commandments of God. Read that again.
And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
The Bible says these other nations that we worship right now, that we celebrate, that we go to their stores and perpetrate their businesses and make them rich. The Bible says if we keep the commandments, they're going to be perpetrating your business. They're going to be supporting your flock, whatever you got going on. They're going to be our servants in the last days. Because right now, we their servants. Because why? We broke the commandments of our God.
That's right.
And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen.
The Bible said the sons of the alien. For years, these people call the Hispanic people aliens, illegal aliens. The Bible said if you're not on this side, you're an alien. strange to God and you strange to the people of God. You an alien. Read on.
And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
No, they're going to be lovers of God with us.
And your vine dressers. But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord.
But, meaning it's a distinction between us and them. We're going to be the priests of the Lord God. But how are we going to be priests if we don't know how to keep the commandments of God? Read on.
Men shall call you the ministers of our God.
Right now, people not calling us the ministers of God. They call us niggas. They call us coons. They call us, like idolaters, whoremongers. They call us all these names. Like they call our women thoughts, chicken heads. The Bible said on that day, our women going to be called different names. Our brothers going to be called priests. Read on.
Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
Meaning we're going to take everything that they took from us in slavery. Read on.
And in their glory shall ye boast yourselves.
We're going to boast on that day. You remember how people say, don't boast, don't be proudful? Oh, nah, God said on that day, you're going to be proudful. You're going to be boastful. Because your God, the King of Israel, is Christ, is going to be reigning on earth. And you're going to be boasting. Read on.
For your shame ye shall have double.
The Bible says, because of our shame, our brothers and sisters, that work in the cotton field, getting whipped, getting raped, getting thrown out them ships, being abused, being used, being gator bait, the Bible said they're going to get double. They're going to get double.
Right.
That's the Lord. That's the gospel. That's the good news for the Israelites. That's in the Bible.
Right.
We're not making this up. Read on.
And for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion.
The Bible said because we confused right now. We don't know who we are in the last days due to slavery, right? We don't know who we are. We thought that Sunday was the Sabbath day. Bible said for our confusion, they're going to get it too. Because we confused, they are going to get it. Read on.
Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be upon them.
We not in everlasting joy, but Christ said when his kingdom come, we're going to be everlasting joy. You think that's going to be on heaven or earth? Where's heaven at? I did that for a purpose. That's what the slave master taught us. I'm gonna tell you something. The Lord don't build something just to build it for no reason.
Don't know who you are, let me show ya. Don't know you a star, let me show ya. Greatest by far, let me show ya. Don't know who you are, let me show ya.
Now hold that, give me Matthew 6 and 9 real quick. Let's show our sister what heaven is. Because I know you ain't taught that in the Christian church. They taught live your life as a good slave, serve the white man, shout, play tamarines, make sure you pay your money to the pastor, make him rich, and live and die. And then hopefully if you're a good Negro, you might could go to heaven where there's white angels and white people. No, that's fairy tales. Read.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9.
No.
After this manner therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Holy be his name. Read.
Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done.
So Christ's kingdom will come and his will be done. Read on.
In earth.
In what?
In earth.
In what?
In earth.
In where? Where's his kingdom going to come? On earth. Right? So this land is this whole world is going to be ruled and governed by Christ and his disciples and the Israelites. All right? Do you want to be part of that? It starts right now, sis. It starts right now in keeping the commandments of God. Read on. This is the good news. Read.
As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
So let's get us heaven. Drop all that. Give me Deuteronomy 11 and 21.
Bring it out.
This is how heaven looked like. I just want you to get a good depiction on what God always wanted for his people. But I'm going to tell you something. Because we broke the commandments of God, what the officer was trying to go into, God is a jealous God. God said, you know what? I'm a jealous God. I want y'all to serve me. Everything on this earth is y'all's. He told those 12 people right there, your kids, your descendants, everything belongs to y'all, right? But because we serve other gods like Christmas, birthdays, Halloween, Islam, all these different gods, God got mad. He said, you know what? Since you're going to serve these other gods, I'm going to give you to these other gods. Because God is not a rapist. He's going to give you to what you want, right? He's not going to force his love on you. But because of us serving other gods, came the other nations ruling over us. The only thing that was rule over us is Christ and the Messiah. All right? I mean, the Father and the Messiah. All right? No man should be ruling over you. Read on.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 21.
But your husband. Read.
That your days may be multiplied, and the days of your children.
Right now, our days not multiplied. Our children dying at 20-something years old, 15, a stray bullet, you know, like come through the window, hit a child in the head because of a gang war. Our people are not multiplying. Our years are not multiplying. Read on.
In the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers.
That's Jerusalem, not America. Read.
To give them as the days of heaven.
As the days of what?
As the days of heaven.
As the days of what?
Of heaven upon earth.
Heaven is going to be on earth. Our days going to be multiplied. Read on.
For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you to do them, to love the Lord your God.
Why the Christian church ain't teaching us how to get to heaven?
Right.
All these years we be going to the Christian church and be like, damn, we just got to die to go to heaven. No, Christ said keep the commandments. That's always been the key to get to the kingdom of heaven. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 30 and 1. I'm sorry, officer. Give me Deuteronomy 30 and 1. I got to give a depiction on what heaven looked like. All right, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse.
Right now, we didn't see the blessings yet with our physical eyes. With our physical eyes, all we see is the curses. We on the curse right now. Do you got bills? That's a curse.
Right.
You paying something that you deserve, that you work for. That's not living. Water comes freely from the sky. Why are you paying a water bill? You know what I'm saying? Like the sun naturally gives energy. Why are you paying like electric bill, a light bill? The Bible is a true book. Right now, we are not blessed. We only seen the curses. Read on. Read from the top.
And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee.
We ain't seen the blessings yet. We only seen the curses. So the blessings we going to get if we keep the commandments of God. Read on.
And thou shalt call them to mind.
Call them to mind means you're going to read the Bible. You're going to be around like-minded brothers and sisters. And you're going to read the Bible. You're going to study. Because we have a school. You're going to read the Bible and be like, oh, I remember that commandment. I'm going to keep that commandment. Right? Read on.
Among all these nations where the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and all thy soul.
So your children too got to obey God too, as long with you. Read on.
That then the Lord thy God,
then the Lord going to do something. Read.
Will turn thy captivity.
He will do what?
Will turn thy captivity.
He's going to turn our slavery. Right now, that we haven't seen that turn yet. Just imagine you walking anywhere you want to go and nobody pulling you over. Nobody's throwing rocks at you. Nobody calling you names. Nobody is abusing you. Just imagine that. That's absolute peace. Waking up knowing that you don't got to go to work, but you don't got to worry about it because your family is right here. Your husband right there. Your kids is right here. They playing with you. I'm not going to go that deep, but the kids going to have a wonderful life in the kingdom of heaven. Read on.
And have compassion upon thee. And will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
Because we were scattered in slavery. We were scattered all parts of Africa, and we were scattered all through Europe. I mean, all through, Europe too. But South America, North America, we was all scattered by slavery, by cargo slave ships. That's documented in Deuteronomy 28. Read on.
And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed.
That land was Jerusalem.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.
His word